It was 1989 when this woman arrived to the United States as an immigrant from Trinidad and Tobago. It was April 1997. She was only 4 months pregnant with her third child when she received some life-changing news after doctors informed her that her baby had no heartbeat and would sadly not make it. Well, I'm here today to tell you that that baby made it. That baby lived. I know this because that baby was me. Hearing this story from Young encouraged me to always live a life of purpose. But today, I am the CEO and founder of my business, John Johnson Speaks, where I guide and teach others how to claim their voice. But what's a testimony without the journey? Let me tell you some of mine. Growing up heavily involved in church, one of the things I always found myself passionate about was preaching. Or even before that, like I can remember getting in trouble all the time for being too talkative or just jokey in class. After almost not graduating high school due to a poor start of my senior year, I decided I had to turn things around. Thanks to my mom, mentors, amazing opportunity programs, and more, I went on to become the first generation graduate in my family. And this was big for me, right? Because I come from a low income neighborhood where we had a 2-bedroom apartment for 8 people, right? Where we never had it easy. I watched mom struggle just so that we can have a better life, right? I grew up the oldest male, raised by a single mother, my oldest sister, and the absence of my biological father. And John Johnson Speaks reflects this entire journey. What separates me from others who may be in this same line of work is my perspective and my persistence. There's no major for what I want to do. There's no program that can handle my capacity. There's no professor that can measure my value. It means more than just speaking for me, right? That's just one of the vehicles I use to help convey my message. I am where I need to be.
I am where I need to be.
For me, it's about speaking to the hearts. It's about giving hope. Whether it was in the church, the classroom, my mother's apartment, all of those moments helped to teach me the importance of communicating effectively, advocating for myself, and serving others. I've dedicated my life to these principles. The toughest thing to do to bring to fruition what you're feeling, man. But it's gonna be that change that gives you a different result. And as a result, I've been blessed with the opportunity to get in front of hundreds of young men and women across colleges, universities, organizations, both nationally and internationally. I've been brought in for workshops, curriculums, professional development, and keynote speeches. Applying these principles truly transformed my life for the better. And I know they can do the same thing for you.
We are so excited for the presentation that John presented today, and he really resonated with our students. He was real, he was authentic, he was genuine.
My mission is to continue sharing these principles so that others will be able to find power and identity in their own stories.
Because especially the time that we're living in, they need support, they need direction, they need guidance, and that is what Mr. John provided today, and I hope that he comes back. And hopefully he can come back and speak to our staff as well.
I loved it. I feel like it was very genuine and the crowd was very in tune with what he was saying. I was feeling a lot of what he was saying. It was hitting home. It got a little deep. We was laughing, we was giggling. We just came from John Johnson's amazing seminar. He's full of energy and he has so much uplifting just power in him, in his voice.
At some point, we must all ask ourselves, what is our relationship with life? Because life is so much less about what happens to you and so much more about how you respond to it.
I thought the mental health seminar today was one of the most phenomenal and eye-opening experiences of my life.
To know that he can be the outlet for me and for many people to come, it's crucial.
See, I believe to whom much is given, much is tested. But I also believe that we're not going through all these tests just to keep all the answers to ourselves.
I serve as the Dean of Culture and Community here, and we had John as our commencement speaker, and boy, let me tell you something about John. John knows about our youth. He's intentional. He knows how to pour into them. And he was pouring some gems into our kids, and I heard our kids today just really agreeing, clapping and everything like that.
The truth is that your story is not just some unheard punishment unless you decide not to share it. So please, share your testimony.
And I'm here to give you some power in your story. Now maybe you might not remember it today, tomorrow, next week, but some way down the line you'll remember that during my graduation, those long ceremonies where we can't wait to get our diploma, there was this guy who came. He came and he spoke to my soul, he spoke to my spirit, and he told me it's okay to be me.
Or work with me and I'll be more than happy to help you figure it out. But in the meantime, whichever way you go, remember that as long as you have breath, you have purpose.